Thank you very much. We'll go on with city council reports. Councilmember Cardoza.
All righty. We didn't have a meeting the 1st of January, so we got a little bit of December in here. I helped serve dinner for the 8th annual Christmas luncheon for the homeless and the needy. It's my 4th year doing it. It's her 5th year doing this community event. It's all volunteer. It was all donations from the community. At that time, we served between 350 to 450 people. It was a rainy day and they had to walk from river bottoms, but they did come and had a good meal and was able to get some clothing and supplies. I attended the holiday soiree at the Sutter County Museum. That was a city-county event, and Terrell won the best sweater award there with us, huh? Got the sweater? There was sweater, yes. We had a fun time that day. Attended the grand opening of Kelly Moore Paints. We have, they were in the community years ago. They're back in our community. They're on Bridge Street. We had dinner Friday night with our Supreme Governor of the Moose Lodge, with the our new fire chief, Mike, and the mayor and myself, and Commander, let's see, it's Brian Baker. Thank you. This weekend, council members attended the 21st annual Martin Luther King Jr. Community Walk, and it was organized by the Emmanuel Family Workshop Center and hosted by Bethel AME Church in Marysville. For city events, I attended the sobriety checkpoint with the Yuba City Police Department. It wasn't too bad of a night. It wasn't fairly warm. We had some retirement parties for Officer Ernest at our Yuba City Police Department, also Robert Britannica. And then we had our welcome and congratulations party tonight. Welcome Jesse, and congratulations. Also Ben and Spencer. Chamber events was very slim the last 2 months. We had our Ambassadors Christmas Social, and then we attended the Ambassadors Wine Down Wednesdays, which is a monthly event now for the next year. And we started off at Sutter Beach Brewery for meetings. I attended the Regional Housing Authority meeting, the Sutter Community Affordable Housing, the Yuba Sutter Transit Authority, and then, as I mentioned earlier, the Planning Commission. And then last but not least, we did the Mayor's Polar Bear Plunge. The mayor was there, counted us to jump in the icy cold pool. We had a great time. It was a wonderful turnout, and hopefully we'll do that again next year. Anyway, thank you. That's it for me.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Espindola.
Thank you, Mayor. I actually took a break and joined my family and friends, and really took a break from my fellow council members. Even though I love you all, we all need a little bit of distance in a good way, gentlemen. But I did attend Officer Ernst's retirement party, and that was a beautiful send-off for a well-deserved officer with many years of service in our city. And his legacy speaks the greatest of him, with his 2 boys working for us and the continuing of that service. And I'm proud that they're still part of our community and our family. So I just want to welcome everyone to the 2020, and hold on, and hopefully we will not, as council members, speak more than our allotted time. And I don't know, maybe we should start having like a timer and see who can get the less minutes of talking. It's just a manner of a good gesture up here, gentlemen. So thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020. Like everyone else, I took time off over the holidays, spent it with my family, which means I was about 3,000 miles away from here. So when I unplugged, and as many of my colleagues know, I spent some time in Club Med, but I'm all back and 100% again, so I'm good. Since I've been back, we've started new committee assignments, and notable things, Regional Transit Authority, serve on that. One of the things that they were embarking on and they're going to be looking at, and I've discussed this with the city manager already, is a new location potential that will be coming up in the near future because with the expansion of Highway 70, they're going to need another facility. Likewise, with the conversion that comes by 2030, with buses having to be zero emission, that means going to electric buses. They need a lot of power. So we've authorized a study to commence and start to try to find a location for the future. So to the city of Yuba City, if we have land and a place that will facilitate that, please reach out to Keith Martin at Yuba Center Transit. Likewise, if someone in Yuba City has land that they're interested in selling that might meet that need, reach out to Keith Martin at Yuba Center Transit, 1-800. No, I'm kidding. The other committee that I've sat on is the RWMA, and I am the vice chair of the Regional Waste Management Authority now. We will have to have the RWMA on our radar coming up over the next couple of years because of a bill 1383 that passed that had to do with solid waste disposal and fines and how you do things from recycling in the cafeterias and the restaurants and green waste. More information to come, but the consensus is as this begins to move through, the RWMA is going to be reaching out and working with all the 5 jurisdictions that belong. And this is coming down from the state, but just have that on your radar. The last thing that has occurred just in the last, all these occurred in the last week, is with the vice mayor, we have started the impact fee ad hoc committee. We've had our very first meeting. We're working on having our second one to pull together with the goal of finding what is the low-hanging fruit, as I call it, things that we can do immediate that we can bring back before this council so this council can consider things that might help us be more business-friendly and attract growth. Looking at things that are going to be on the mid-range plateau that may be coming back before the council late summer, early fall, and then having even the long-term projects or the long-term changes that would be coming because, as you know, we're having to redo our traffic models and studies and everything. So there's a lot working, but I speak as one, and correct me, Vice Mayor, if I misspeak, but I think the goal is let's see what we can do to get business-friendly and spur growth as quickly. This is going to be in stages, but Yuba City is open for business, and I look forward to working with the vice mayor, the members of the community that are going to be on this, and bringing things before this council so that we can be pro-growth, pro-business, and meet the needs of our residents here. Did attend the walk. That was amazing. I will say to Bethel AME Church and Emmanuel Worship, fabulous job. Thank you for reaching out to us, and thank you for letting us be a part. And with that, I will turn it over to you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
And Mr. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Follow up on the impact fees, just to kind of give a little bit of an update as well. Fantastic meeting with staff. Thank you to Diana and Ben and the city manager for helping us get that moving. We are in the process through Councilman Shaw of identifying the community members that will be in that committee. From listening to them and others that are in the builders and developers community, there's a positive vibe right now. We want to take advantage of that. We want to see if maybe we can keep things going and getting some things done. Of course, that requires all of us to stuff that we bring back, support and execute on that, but that's in the future. We have also had the first meeting for the master tax share agreement. Super important subcommittee. We're meeting with members of the Sutter County, our counterparts. We have another meeting scheduled at the end of the month. This is how, as the city develops and potentially gets into annexing county land, how do we divvy up the taxes equitably? So far, so good. A little slow start, not necessarily on the city's part, but we're moving ahead. attended a LAFCO meeting as the city's representative on LAFCO. Rather interesting discussion on ag mitigation, again, as we talk about annexations and sphere of influence issues. There are concerns in regards to how do you develop, but also consider prime ag land. At that meeting, the LAFCO board chose to not do anything at this time, but it is up on the radar. Special welcome to Ben and to Spencer and to Jesse. You guys are now department heads. Good luck. Been there, done that. No, I truly am encouraged. You guys all have a background that's impressive, and I know that you're going to bring great value to the city of Yuba City. And with that, I'll yield to the mayor.
All right, all good stuff. Primarily since our last meeting has been consumed by holiday things and things being closed and canceled and postponed for the holidays. There's not a lot going on city-wise, but it was a nice break, that's for sure. Down at SACOG, we welcomed and appointed Mayor Samayo out of Marysville as vice chair of SACOG, which is going to be good. I think we of course enjoy a good relationship with Marysville. There's a couple projects, not the least of which would be a bike path that I would like to work with him. We have a new funding round coming through in SACOG, and we kind of leverage those relationships. And I think there's a lot of support in the air for that. It's probably too early, not a good thing, but I think I've talked about it enough before. I would love to have our bike path that starts out there at High and Dry on Acacia link all the way through somehow to Bridge and Plumas, where we can link rural areas, residential areas, and our business areas where people can actually maybe bike or walk to work. And then Mayor Samayo has expressed an interest in also utilizing the abandoned trestle over the river, incorporate into a bike path or a walking path. And eventually, if they have us a blank check, we'd like to link all the way out to Sycamore Ranch out there in East Yuba County, so you can get all the way through. And I think that would be really pretty cool. And have it be similar to what we have out there between Jefferson and Acacia, but for lack of a better word, nicer. Maybe more amenities and some landscaping and whatnot. And it's kind of a city quality of life thing that we're working on, but I think it'd be pretty awesome. So it's kind of what I'm going to be focusing on among many other things. SACOG is a great organization. They have what they call a regional trails project. I think we can kind of work with them on that. Also, they're working on Bridge Street corridor, the Civic Lab projects, trying to get that developed, which is a really good project. Come forward with some plans on that, and was happy to see that we're moving forward on getting one step closer to widening Bridge Street and punching that all the way through. Attended many, like we all do, community meetings. I won't go down that list. I did have one thing that was really nice, was I met with Russ Zulio, who is the new owner of the Tea Garden House, and he's already done a lot, added a kitchen and a few other things, and has a lot of plans for that facility as an event center. And he gave me a tour of the improvements that he's already done, and it's very encouraging. Nice guy, and welcomed him to the area as a new business owner. And as part of Yuba Center Arts, many things going on over there. Anybody who reads a paper or anything, they can really see that Dave and Abby over there are really busy doing a lot of good things. One thing I was asked to be a part of, and of course I did so, it was my honor to do so, is help facilitate their venue to host a film on the Sikh way of life and their religion and their culture. That's going to be on January 30th at 6 p.m. over there at Lee Burroughs Center in Marysville. It's a 1-hour film. There'll be I told them to keep it at 2 minutes, so we'll be lucky if it's 5 presentations that we'll do. And then I'll do something for maybe 30 seconds. But the point is to answer questions, come together as a community, and so maybe some understanding on those folks, their way of life and their culture. That can only be a good thing. So that will be hosted on January 30th at Lee Burroughs Center in Marysville. Other than that, we're business as usual, staying very busy on a daily basis with everything going on and brewing in the city. It continues to be all of our are honored to be involved with that. So thank you very much, and we'll go ahead and adjourn and resume closed session. Thank you very much.